Alright, attempt number 1. Crap, dude, I don't like doing this. Here's the problem that I'm going to be doing my pen cast on. Homework number 1, problem 19. You can already see the problem. So particularly before heading into the problem, I like to analyze it and pick out any bits of information that might be helpful in the process, which in this case there are several things to pick on, which I have already done so in red ink. Any numbers that have been defined, any key facts that will be useful in understanding what to do. And as always, there is always the final question, which in this case is what is the speed of sound in this metal? So from the prompt, we are given delta change in x, which is 4 meters, and change in t, which is 9 milliseconds. And just as a general knowledge, velocity of air, 343 meters per second. And since the question asked us to find the velocity of the sound in metal, we will need to first find the time it takes in the air, and then find the time it takes in the metal to reach the microphone. Alright, to the process. Bam! So first off, finding the time it takes in the air to travel, which can be done here in the first step right here. Finding delta t in air, we will be using the formula delta x equals velocity times time. Set that up to solve for time, which is t equals x over v. Do the math, it will come out as 11.66 milliseconds, just to keep units consistent as it was stated in the prompt. And since we have now found time, we can calculate the time it takes for the sound to travel in the metal by doing change in t right here, which would have initially began as delta t is equal to time in the air minus time in the metal. Just like that. Plug in all the information that we already know. 11.66 milliseconds from the first step, and what was given initially, 9 milliseconds. And it will give us 2.66 milliseconds. And just to make the next step easier, convert it back into seconds, which would be 0.00266 seconds. Now that is done, we can now move on to find metal, or the velocity of metal. Velocity of sound in the metal? Yeah, let's go with that. And to do that, we'll be using the same formula as done in the first step, which is delta x is equal to velocity times delta t. Then change the formula so we can isolate the velocity and solve for it, which would be v equals x over t. Plugging in the information with what was given, 4 meters, and then what we have found out in the second step, 0.022 or 0.00266 seconds. And with doing all the math, we are given 1,504 meters per second. And to make it easier for people to understand it, we'll just round it down to 1,500 meters per second. And I believe that is it. Thank you for viewing this. Please give me a good score. Bye.